You ever get to the end of the month, look at your bank account, and just wonder, where did it all go, right? If that feeling is a little too familiar, then you are in exactly the right place. Let's dive in. The funny thing is, most of us don't even realize we're wasting money. And it's not because we're out there buying yachts or anything crazy. Nope. It's actually the complete opposite. The real problem? It's all that small, constant spending that just kind of flies under the radar. You know the drill. A coffee here, a food delivery there, maybe a subscription you totally forgot you signed up for. Each one on its own seems so harmless, right? But when you put them all together, they create this quiet, steady drain on your bank account that you honestly don't even notice. Well, not until it's way too late. And that right there, that's the core of the problem. I like to call it the invisible drain. It's not some huge, one-time expense that sinks your financial ship. It's all the tiny, little, repetitive leaks that do the real damage over time. I mean, just think about a typical week. That $6 coffee on Monday doesn't feel like a big deal. That delivery on Tuesday? Whatever. The subscription that hits on Thursday? Barely notice it. In the moment, they're just little conveniences. But the keyword, the one that changes everything, is repeat. And that's the whole point, really. It's the repetition that drains our wealth. A single purchase? Yeah, that's just a drop in the bucket. But when those drops keep happening, day after day, week after week, well, they create a current that just pulls your goals farther and further away from you. Okay, so what's the actual damage here? What's the true cost of this so-called invisible drain? Well, when you start to actually put numbers to it, oh man, the results are kind of staggering. Let's break down what these small leaks are really costing you. All right, let's start small. So one day, you grab that coffee and decide to order in for lunch. $25. It barely even registers, right? But then you do that a couple times a week, and you throw in a few other little things here and there, and all of a sudden, you're looking at a few $100 a month, just poof, gone. Now, let's zoom out a little more. In just 3 months, that's already over $1,000. Think about that. That's money that could have gone to paying off debt, or into your savings, or even been invested to grow. And what about over a full year? We're talking almost $5,000. That's a huge amount of money that just quietly leaked out of your account, one tiny, insignificant purchase at a time. This is the hidden cost of just spending on autopilot. Okay, so how do we fix this, right? The solution isn't about depriving yourself or never buying anything fun again. No way. It's about a really simple, but honestly incredibly powerful shift in your mindset. And it all boils down to asking yourself one simple question. See, the problem isn't the spending itself. Come on, we all have to spend money. The real issue is spending without intention. It's that autopilot mode where we're not even thinking about what we're giving up in the process. And this is the question that changes the whole game. The next time you're about to make one of those small impulsive buys, just pause and ask yourself this. Is this going to genuinely improve my life, or is it just going to satisfy me for a moment? That one little question puts you at a fork in the road. Path number 1, you get a temporary good feeling, but the money's gone forever. It has zero future value. Path number 2, you get a lasting benefit. That same money now gets to build and create actual wealth for your future. The choice is literally yours with every single dollar you spend. And this, my friends, is where it gets really good. Because when you start making these intentional choices, you're not just stopping the waste. You're actively starting to build wealth. So let's look at how these tiny decisions can turn into really big gains. Look, people who are good at building wealth, they don't just stop spending. That's not it. They're just incredibly deliberate about it. They have this simple 3-step process. First, they pause. Second, they ask that critical question. And third, they spend deliberately, making sure their money is actually working toward their bigger goals. And the result? It's immediate. That money you just protected by making a smarter choice doesn't just vanish into thin air. Nope. It gets a new home, maybe a savings account, maybe an investment account, where it can finally start working for you. And just like how all those little leaks added up to a huge loss, these small protected amounts start adding up to a pretty meaningful sum. That $150, pretty soon it's $1,200. And it just keeps on growing from there. So it all comes back to that choice, doesn't it? That $4,800, it can either be lost forever in a sea of small purchases, or it can become the very foundation of your future wealth. It's the exact same money. The only thing that's different is your intention. And remember, this is so much bigger than just saving money. Every single dollar you consciously choose to protect becomes a powerful building block for your future. It's a direct investment in the life you actually want to live.
So when you boil it all down, it's really this simple. Wasting money stops the exact moment that awareness begins. Because once you really see it, you can't unsee it. And then you have the power to change it. And that, right there, is how you start building a wealthier future, one intentional decision at a time.